Okay, looks like I'm live. Hi, this is Deb, Color Everywhere, and this morning I decided I'm going to determined to finish my forest journals. I've had a lot going on and I keep setting them aside, but I want to get them finished out of the way because I have some sewing journals I want to work on also. So I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes to see if anyone shows up. And my times are always so random that nobody knows when it's going to happen. Sometimes I don't even know when it's going to happen. So anyway, I'm just going to start flipping through this to see. I think this one's finished, but I'm just going to flip through and make sure. So let's see here. I don't know why my chat is not showing. Here we go. Okay. I think I finally got my Zoom figured out. It's a pretty silly thing, but I knew it had to be something simple. So here's this first one. These are made out of classification folders, which I did a video on that. You can find that on my channel. And this is mostly, I'm calling them forest journals, but they're about trees and owls and mushrooms and all those kinds of things. So here we go. It has two sides. This book belongs to, I like to put those in. I'm just going to flip through this real quick because I'm just checking to see if anything needs done. Okay, that needs something done to it. I always like to do a final check because it's so easy to miss things. He needs to be on a different page. He's going the wrong way. Okay, we're going to switch. And that also needs something on it. Looks like I just need all my charms and things like that added in this one. Other than that, it looks pretty finished. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here and do the things that need to be done. I have been so busy doing other things, getting things ready for a sale and helping to put in our new downstairs bathroom. Yeah, I've really gotten behind on a lot of things all over the house. Let's see. Hi, Janice. How are you today? I'm just trying to get these forest journals finished. I'm determined. I have a day that I can do it, so I'm determined to get them done today. So I could start on the sewing journals. I mean, they're started, but not as far along as these. What are you up to today? Something wild and exciting? I'm at work. I remember those days. I don't miss them. A couple years ago, I probably could have gone back if I had to, but I don't think I could do it now. I just don't think I could. Let's see. I know. Yeah, and it gets that way. But you know what? I tell everybody, don't even tell somebody. Don't tell anybody when you retire. Don't tell anyone, because then they think you have all this time, and you really don't. I don't know how you get things. I don't know how I ever got things done when I was working. I can't get them done now. How did I get them done when I was working all day? I sometimes wonder. But you get used to a certain flow of stuff, and once you change that, it seems sometimes like it's hard to go back. I just got word a couple days ago that one of my previous bosses passed away. So I'm waiting to hear about the arrangements for that. He was a good guy. He always treated me well. I was fortunate for most of my working career to have good bosses that I enjoyed working with. Oh, well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, what you feel like you have to do. I was fortunate that I was able to retire when I could, because I was starting to have more physical problems, and it was just getting so hard to even go in every day. But now I don't have to worry about that. I'm my own boss now. At least that's what I try to tell myself. Been working so hard trying to get this bathroom finished. We went, I did all the, he got all the drywall and everything finished, and then I went in and did all the painting, primed it and painted the new drywall, because he hates to paint. And it was pretty, I was able to do it because it was just all straight painting. I didn't have to cut in anything or, anything like that. I could just go in there and roller it. So I got my roll around chair, because I can't stand very long. I got my roll around chair and pulled it in there, and got my pole that has an extension on it, and just rolled around the bathroom painting the walls. So that part's done. So then we went to Lowe's to find some flooring. We thought we'd put down some laminate flooring or whatever that's called, vinyl. And that took an hour to pick out because he's so funny about stuff. I had it picked out and was ready to go in like 15 minutes, you know. And he had to look at it. So we brought that home. And now we've decided we're not going to put it down because the concrete floor has been stained a nice brown color. And when it's waxed, it looks pretty nice. And, you know, it's not the Taj Mahal we're trying to create. So I told him, I said, we don't have to put flooring down. And one of the reasons we decided not to is because he thinks he would have to float out some spaces to level it out enough to use the vinyl. And I said, that's silly. You know, don't do that. We'll just use the concrete. It's not a problem. So we're going to take that back and just wax the concrete. It's going to look pretty. Okay, there's that side. Finished. Oh, I don't think this is finished. I think it needs some stuff inside. It could use a couple of things in there, so we'll put some more stuff in there. Just leave it loose. In a minute. Let's see how this side's looking. I knew this was close to being done. Thanks. I like making these journals out of these classification folders really well. I like the way they look because they're different. That's a pretty tag. I like that. Turned out nice. I didn't put out very many flip outs or anything in this. It's mostly just pockets for some reason. There's another tall one. Turned out pretty nice. I like to leave lots of space to write. I mean, it is a journal. Okay, that side's done. This is done except for adding a couple of things in this little folder. Okay, so let's look at the other one and see what it needs. I know it's not as finished, I'm pretty sure. Needs more stuff on it. See, it's made the same way, just different colors, and these ribbons are so pretty. Okay, buddy, let's see here. Oh, this one isn't even bound yet. Guess I have to do that. Yeah, this is one of my favorite colors. I like teal. Oh yeah, I have several things to do in this book. I've already gone through and checked them. So let's think what I'm going to do before I do anything else is get this one bound so it's not flopping around. Oh, I'd already done that. I guess I know why I didn't do it, because I wanted to ink the pages before I bound it. And I got that done, so now let's see. Now, where are all my things? Move stuff around again, and I don't know where anything is. I hate when that happens. Let's see. Here is. Don't know where my regular little needle kit is, so I'll just drag it out from somewhere else. Here we go. You know, the bad thing about cleaning up is then you can't find stuff. When things are a mess, it's always laying right there in front of you. So once you clean up, everything disappears. At least it seems that way. Okay. And I don't even know where my template is. Just like a new one. You can tell I'm really organized today. Okay, here we go. Most of the time I make my templates like this. The first size is the size of the book, the height of the journal. So from here to here, I'm going to fold it in half, and I come down however far I'm going to put it, usually an inch or an inch and a half for the first hole. And that doesn't look far enough, so I'll do another one. So that's where the first hole goes. And then there's going to be a center hole, so I'm just going to do a 3-hole. So as long as I center everything on this, then I'm fine. So I center the pages on it, I center the book on it, and everything will line up. And that's just a quick way. So this is actually my spine here. So that's where I'll be doing this. And I only have one well, that word just went right out of my head. Oh my word. I just have one, whatever you call this thing over here. Signature. One signature. So I'm just going to put it right in the middle of this spine. That's not right in the middle. I've been making journals I started, I think it was a year ago, this past November. It would have been a year. This past November would have been a year, so not that long. 12, November, December, January, February. 15 months, maybe. But I've made a lot of them. Here lately, I haven't, because I've slowed down quite a bit, because I've had other things I've needed to take care of. But, yeah, I got several sitting back here ready to work on. I have a circus journal that I don't even remember what all I have for it, because as I decide I want to work on a particular theme, I start saving stuff for it. So I always, as I come across things, I'll stick it in one of these packets, one of these pouches. So this is a sewing. There's actually 2 sewing journals in here that are in process. When my package gets about this big, then I take it out and I start working on it normally. But like I said, I'm behind, so I haven't been doing that as much. Oh, the squeaky chair is just driving me bananas. Okay, so while I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and do, where am I here? I'll go ahead and do this side also. I've probably made, well, I don't know, at least 50 in that amount of time. And sold all of them. Because believe it or not, I don't journal. Is that something funny? I do not journal myself. I've tried it several times, and it's just not something I can keep up with for some reason. So, but I love to make them. I really love to make them. It kind of does a lot for me. I really started making them to try to get rid of some stuff, because I had, already had so much stuff that I could use. And once I realized that, and then realized how much I like to make them, then it sort of just fit together. So I've been able to use up a lot of vintage stuff that was vintage right in my sewing room because I'd had it for that long, or right in my craft room because I'd had it for that long. So works out well. I like making things that have a purpose. I know I love those pouches. I love them. I have little ones too, like the smaller ones. Like here's one with a bunch of buttons in it. I like them too. But I'm sort of minded like that. I like little boxes. I like pouches. I like places to put things like that. Okay, now let me do the pages. Get some of this stuff out of the way so it doesn't get punched. Get these pages all lined up the way I want them. Yeah, the glue book idea was kind of new to me. I'm not really sure it's something I need to do. I could use a few new ideas on how to store stuff, but for the most part, I'm fairly happy with the system I'm using now for things. My goal lately has been don't buy anything new unless something old is gone, unless you get rid of something. Something has to go out before something new has to come in. I've been trying to mostly stick with that, although I have made a few purchases lately. You just can't help it. But I'm using stuff up, so that's great too. I don't feel guilty about it, about my purchases. I've been trying to only purchase things that either because they are so unique or it's not something I could easily find. Then I just, I don't buy it. I can do so many things my own self without having to buy anything that works out well, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Okay, now. So do you make a lot of journals, Janice? I've got some major sewing I have to do. I'm altering a wedding dress for May, and I was going to try to have it done by the end of February, but I haven't even started it. All this mess that's been in the basement from putting in this new bathroom, it's just been too dusty and dirty. You think hi Malia. Fabric Boys bits. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out. I'm just kind of talking a little bit, trying to get these journals done. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, the wedding dress. I didn't want to. It's down here, but it's in the bag, and I haven't taken it out because it's been so dusty and dirty. I'm just afraid it's got a big train on it, and it's going to have to be, pretty much laid out to work on. So I've decided I'm not taking it out down here. It's just too dirty. It's a beautiful dress too, really beautiful. And so I'm going to take it to the spare bedroom. There's a queen bed in there. I'm just going to lay it out on that bed and try to do as much as I can there. And when it comes time for the sewing machine, then I'll just drag one upstairs to the kitchen table. Because I'm really, big of the space I have, there's still not a place to lay something out like that and not get it dirty. Okay, now is this the one that goes? Yeah. All the pages are right side up. That's important. Believe me, I've done that several times. Put the pages upside down. So I'm just doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, basically is what this is. I'm sure you've seen that before. That's what I use most of the time. Sometimes I'll use a 5-hole, but most of the time I just use a 3. It works pretty well for me. And I almost always use cotton crochet thread for my bindings, for my stitching. And it's worked well for me. Most of the time. Okay, there we go. Most of the time I True, Malia. You know, we always think that, or some people think that everything you make has to come out, you know, top notch. And sometimes it just doesn't, for whatever reason. I had a journal that was almost finished, and the cover was pretty neat on it. I mean, I liked it really well. I can't remember now what happened. Something happened, and I just could not finish that journal because something about it I just didn't like. And I don't like to sell things that have any, have a problem or that I don't like, or, there's been a lot of times when I've made things that other people really like and I don't. And I think that happens too. But if it's just something that's just really off about it, then you're better off not to sell it, I think. I don't want to sell somebody something that I think is less than a decent job, Okay, so now that's bound. Looks pretty good. It's got several things need to be done in that. I'm sure this needs some stuff too, like the other one. There's not too much done in here. I'll be able to finish these today for sure. Yay. Okay, now let me do this side. Now, this kind of, if you noticed in the other book, the way this is bound with the 2 signatures, this one opens this way, like normal, but this one flips this way. So you have to open it out like this to go through it. And the reason for that is your signatures will flop open from this side. As you put stuff in them, it will expand over here. This isn't going to expand that much, but this side is. It will open up. So I want that side to be where it can expand more, and that would be here because this it's like an accordion dealy, wacky dooley thing there. So I was going to. I thought about binding it this way in here, but then I remembered why I had done it like that. And it's kind of different, so, it makes it interesting, so it's not a big deal. So let me see. Let me get this one. Get my pages all straight here. I got all kinds of loose stuff in here. Yeah, this one still needs a bit of work on it, but it should still be able to finish it today without too much trouble. Well, Malia, Maybe you're too critical of yourself. Sometimes you just have to think of sometimes you just need to think of things as a learning process. But I bet if you showed it to somebody else, they would like it. That's usually the case. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. You know, I've taught a lot of people different craft things, all kinds of different craft things. And they never think they can do it. Or they don't think they can do it as well as someone else. And that might be true. There's always going to be somebody who could do something better than you can. But I don't let that bother me, you know, because even if nobody else saw what I was making, I do it for myself more than anything. The only reason I sell stuff is to get rid of it, because otherwise, you know, my house would be a warehouse, and that won't work. I don't think my husband would be too happy. So, you know, I sell the stuff that I make. I either sell it or I give it away. And either way is fine with me. And I hardly ever keep anything. I have a few things on my wall now that I did, a few drawings and stuff. But for the most part, things that I've made in years past, I don't even have an example. I don't have a picture. I don't have anything. So it's kind of nice on YouTube where that's on there, and I can go back and look at things that I've made myself. You know, that's kind of fun. But most of the stuff I've made, I don't have pictures. Very few things I have pictures, and you know, or I've kept a sample. And believe me, I've been making stuff for a long time, and there's been a lot of stuff made. So that's, you know, but I do it because I enjoy doing it. I have to, you know, I have to do it because I enjoy it. Now I got to decide, do I have enough long enough string here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think I do. I think I do. Well, I've been trying to let go a lot of some things, Malia, and it hasn't been hard, really. I don't like to see things go to waste, so I've been using things up, making things, you know, making items, and that makes me feel better about it. And then, like I said earlier, I'm trying not to make big stashes anymore. You know, I think because growing up we didn't have anything. As the years went by, I do so many different crafts that, you know, it was fine to save stuff because I knew I would use it eventually. And I do, you know, everything I have, I end up using. But good grief, you know, I'm getting old. I'm not going to have that many more years to use it all. I couldn't use up all the stuff I've got now between now and the day I die if I live 20 more years, you know. So, so I'm starting to be a little bit more selective, and I don't have hordes of paper anymore. Like I had, and I never was a scrapbooker. All my scrapbooking I did digitally. So I didn't need the scrapbook paper for scrapbooking, but I use everything that a scrapbooker would use, only I use it for different purposes. Ugh. I mean, I had a wall of wooden stamps, just shelves. What is going on here? Shelves of wooden stamps that I loved. And I was very selective about purchasing. I didn't just buy every single one I saw. I usually only buy things that I'm pretty sure I can use either right away or before too long. But I had a wall full of stamps, and I've either unmounted them, most of them. Now I just have a few on the wall now. Or what's wrong here? Something's going on. Like Keisha, I don't even know what's happening. But now I still have a lot of stamps, but they're clear stamps, and they're stored in a much smaller space, and have them categorized and, you know, cataloged and all that, so they're easy to find. I don't know what happened there. Something got out of line and it just went crazy. Crazy. There. Finally. I hope. Come on. So sometimes this happens where it acts up and wants to be difficult. And you just keep on keeping on until you figure it out. I almost messed that one up. And I'm worried, did I put it upside down? No, it's right side up. Oh. Yeah. I've just started going through the sewing stuff. Keisha's been selling a lot of stuff for me, which is wonderful. And I've been going through things that I already had made. And because since I stopped selling at fairs and stuff, I kind of had a pile of jewelry and different things like that, which really had nothing wrong with it. You know, it just was sitting there because I hadn't been to the sales. So she sold a lot of stuff for me since November. And I finally started getting into the fabric end of things. So that's kind of fun. I've kind of seen everything that's in there, and already started sending her some stuff. But I barely scratched the surface of the whole area. I mean, I have sewing, paper, metal, glass, what else have I got? Beads, all that kind of stuff. And so I still have a lot of things to go through to get rid of. But I'm keeping, you know, some things I'm keeping. I'm not getting rid of it. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now, technical stuff out of the way. And that. Get some of these pieces finished so I can get this out of my face. Okay. I think I'm going to totally finish the first one. I don't know if I can get it. And it needed some, all it needs is some things in here, and then it'll be done. So, Doesn't have anything else in it. So let's get out some of these little guys. Let's see what we got. Put in there. Need that, I'm sure. Maybe that. Well, he can go in there, I guess. Oh, I got the cutest stamps the other day. Ordered from somebody on Facebook Marketplace. And it's a big set of, I mean, like postage stamps, this type of stamps. A big set of mushrooms. Where is that? I think I left it upstairs. Mushrooms, and the other set is roses. And the stamps are beautiful. And they're supposed to be real, but they're so perfect. I kept looking at them trying to decide, are these real? I mean, they have postage, you know, cancellation things on them, but everybody has those. So I don't know. I don't know if they're real or not, but they're sure pretty. I'd order them again. They are beautiful. And they're just pristine, you know. But in the ad, it says they can't be used because they're real postage. So they can't be used as postage because they've already been canceled. So I don't know. But I'm going to use them because I like them. I wish I brought them downstairs. Okay, I'm just kind of looking to see what I got in here. Okay. All right. I'm going to put, I don't like that in there. Oh, we're going to put something. Put this. My granddaughter called me the other night when we were at Lowe's trying to pick out flooring. And she was so excited she could hardly talk. She's 13. She is pickleball crazy. I don't know if you know what pickleball is, but she is absolutely crazy about it. She wants to be a pro. And I really think she could do it. She's very good at it. It certainly doesn't look straight. So anyway, she called all excited. And she's been invited to play with so another kid who's going to a, oh, what do they call it? An open, I don't know what they call that. It's a tournament, a pretty big tournament, and it's in Florida. Well, we're in Missouri. So she had her choice. She had two people wanting her to play with them. And like I said, she's 13, so bear that in mind. Had two people wanting her to play with them in doubles, mixed doubles. So she finally decided to go with the younger guy. It means they'll be playing against a high-ranked kid. And she's, I don't know how high the ranking goes, but a ranking of 5 is pretty high, especially for 13, 14-year-old. It's very high. And we saw him play at a tournament this past summer, and he was amazing. I mean, his hands move so fast you can hardly even see what he's doing. She said, Grammy, if I play with this one person, with the young person, she said, I'll have to play against the good kid, you know. She said, if I play with the other person, it will be in an older bracket, but closer to her level. She's like at a level 3.5. I think she's a higher level than that, but because of COVID, she hasn't been where she could get upgrade. They have to test you or something. You have to be able to do certain things or something. So she hasn't had opportunity to get upgraded yet, or up leveled, or whatever they call that. So she's pretty excited. So she decided to go with the younger guy, even though she's going to be playing. Even though she's going to be playing against this 5-level player. And so they made the decision that she would go, and they've got the tickets, and it's going to be, I don't know, about 6 weeks from now or something. So she is just bouncing off the wall that she gets to go and play in this tournament. I'm excited for her. They want us to go too, but I have a feeling we probably won't. I'd like to, but I don't know. I don't know if he'd take off of work or whatever, and then I'd have to figure out what to do with the dog and, that kind of stuff. I'm not getting any vibes here on this. Maybe that one. I kind of don't want to put that one in there. I'll put him over here. She's been playing pickleball for, I don't know, maybe 3 years or so, and now her dad's a ref or umpire or whatever they call him, and my husband likes to play too, but he can't play now because his knees are so bad. So she started playing with them and playing with a lot of older people. She really loves being around elderly people. And a lot of older people play pickleball. So she's a good kid. But the other thing she's doing is where she used to go to a private Christian school, and she's doing homeschooling this year. But the school where she used to go to, she goes there once or twice a week and gives pickleball lessons at their gym to the kids at school, which I think is hilarious. And she's going back to her old school and giving them pickleball lessons. So that's a good activity for her. Because when you have to teach somebody to do something, you learn more yourself than you thought. You learn a lot yourself. Regardless of what you're teaching, you still, I think, learn a lot in preparation, if nothing else. But so she's doing that. Still kind of looking for a dog for my companion dog for my miniature schnauzer. I dread the idea of getting another one, because this one keeps me pretty busy, but I'm thinking if she has a friend, then maybe they keep each other busy. But she really needs a friend. She'll see those dogs out in the yard back behind the fence, and she wants to play. But they're big old dogs. There's no way I'm letting them in the fence or letting her out either. But it's been really difficult finding one to meet all my requirements. I'm so glad I finally got my zoom figured out. It was such a simple thing. I was so disappointed on my last stream that I couldn't zoom in. I knew it had to be something simple, but you know, when you're not thinking about, when your mind is tasked on something else, sometimes you just don't think of it, things like you normally would. What? Got behind in my laundry this week. Oh my word. I mostly caught it up yesterday, but wasn't what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be doing something else. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. I don't know what's happened to my regular sponge that I used with this color. It has disappeared. It's probably fallen in the box or fallen in the trash or something, but it was getting pretty worn out anyway, so I pulled this one. This is the new one. But it won't stand up straight. It keeps falling over. Oops, upside down. I had to get up to get something, and my knee didn't want to cooperate. And that is no fun. No fun at all. Hi, Janet. Actually, I'm trying to finish out these journals, and the tags are what needs to be done. So, yep, I guess you could say it's a tag day. Determined to finish today. I have a little bit more to do than I thought, but still doable. Not ready to get, I think I will open a new bottle. Well, this one, I usually open a new bottle when the last one is down to about an inch. And set it aside so that it can be added to another one when it gets low. That way I don't have to mess with the goobers and stuff as much. I've been doing okay. Been busy trying to work on this new bathroom in the basement, helping my husband with that a little bit. But I'm just behind on everything, it seems. But that happens sometimes. So you just have to work on it and pick up the pace. All right, that's open. I think. Oop, yep, it is. almost had an accident there. I've seen your a couple of your streams, Janet. Well, I watched the one Monday when I was driving. I didn't watch it. I listened to the one Monday when I was driving. But it's just been so busy around here, I hadn't got to watch too many things. Today was a free day because my cleaning girls came. They come once every 3 weeks and do the stuff that I can't do anymore. They get up high and get down low, and I just get out of the way. So they've already been here this morning. They're sweet girls. So I don't have to worry about cleaning today. Just everything's already done. So I decided that's it. I'm playing. Haven't had a play day in a while. Good. Yes, it is. It just seems like here lately I had time. Other things come up, you know. So I've always pretty much been the kind of person who, whatever needs to be done right now, that's what I do. And worry about whatever else is coming up later when time comes to do it or when you can do it. But sometimes you just want to do your own stuff. Do your own thing. Okay, that I don't like. Janet, is this nighttime for you? I never can remember how it goes. Like maybe dinner time or something? Now, yeah, I've got this big black mat on my desk, on my table. And I try to just make sure that at least it is totally cleaned off, you know, when I'm not working. That way I don't feel quite as cluttered. It's still cluttered a little bit, but everything is like has its own little place. Let's see, do I want this? No, I don't. What do I want? I don't speed it up a little bit, I'm not going to get much done. I'm just kind of piddling, seems like. Kind of out of the zone, I guess. I got to get back in the zone. Time to make some more tags. No. Tabs. I mean, tabs. There. Yeah, it is a good thing. I do feel relaxed today. Sometimes I'll just forget to talk even, which would be a good thing. Could be a good thing. My poor dog needs groomed so bad. Oh my goodness, poor thing. She looks like a woolly bear. I finally got her an appointment, but it's not till the 15th. So I don't know. I might have to give her a spit bath or something. Keisha was selling napkins last night, and oh my goodness, I managed to get a couple. But I was so sleepy, I couldn't stay. I just had to go to bed, which is unusual for me. I usually can stay up, but my eyes kept drooping and kept dozing off. So I thought, well, I better go to bed. Better go to bed. Okay, I think he's done. Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl, you're pretty cute. Put you in here. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to put you. I'm afraid that's going to come. Yep. Come up. I do want to put him there. Just a little bit. Okay. And I'll just leave him like that. Be okay. Okay, now I think that's enough for in there. Sometimes I'm relaxing so much I just forget where I'm at, who I'm with. And then I look up and I see your little voices and I'm like, oh yeah, I have company. Okay, now that can go in there. That's better. Okay, so that's done. Okay. Now this finishes that journal. So one down. Where'd it go? I got these new glasses and I still am not used to them. And I don't think I'm going to get used to them. I don't know if I need to go back or if that's just the way it's going to be or what. It's, yeah, it's not great. Okay, this one's ready to put my name on it. I don't think I did yet. Yay. Okay, that one's done. I like it. Kept it pretty plain on the cover. Okay. Yeah, Jan, actually, I do have an Etsy shop, but it's closed. It's basically closed. I don't use it anymore. I got really tired of Etsy. I had an Etsy shop from when they first started, and I mostly sold, excuse me, jewelry, big blingy jewelry. And when I first started, there weren't that many people selling that type of jewelry, and it's pretty nichey. You know, it's not something that everybody buys because people think, oh, that's too fancy. Where am I going to wear that? When in reality, you can wear it with blue jeans and it looks really cute. But you know, it's a little bit harder to sell, and it's expensive. So I sold quite a bit of it for a while, and did okay, but it wasn't any big whoop-de-doo, you know. It was just basically a way to sell some of it because I made so much of it. But as time went by, I really got tired of some of the policies and the changes and all that stuff, and I just didn't enjoy it anymore. And I am really bad about getting stuff mailed out on time, so I didn't enjoy that part of it either. I don't like the selling process very much. That's kind of why I send stuff to Keisha, and she does everything except make the stuff. And that works really well for me because I just want to make stuff. I don't want to do all the rest of it, but I got to get rid of it somehow. But yeah, I did have an Etsy shop, and I think it's still findable, but there's nothing in it right now. Now I have a website that's connected to my Square account, which is a credit card thing that you can swipe credit cards with, and you get a free website with that. And I do have that. It's fairly recent, but it's not stocked right now either. I had a bunch of stuff in there that I took out and sold otherwise. So yeah, I don't have much of an online presence, so to speak, because I don't like doing that part of it. You know, that's too much like work to me. But I sure like making the stuff. If you could see this whole craft area, I mean, I have to admit, I'm fairly organized. I have stuff hanging on the peg. My whole room is pegboard. Every wall is pegboard. Plus, I have two big cabinets, floor to ceiling. I call them wardrobes, but they have shelves in them that divide the middle of my space. So where the doors open, the doors are on the sewing side, and then the back of the cabinets face where I am now on the paper side. And there's even pegboard on the back of the cabinets. So I have a lot of nice places to hang stuff. So that looks pretty neat. And my final goal when this space is totally the way I want it, my final goal is to have it so that nothing sits on the floor. Well, I say nothing. I have lots of plastic drawers, and they're on the floor under the tables. So other than that, I don't want anything sitting in the floor. I don't want to have to move something to get to anything. So those are my two main goals for whenever this room finally gets the way I really, truly want it to be. And I have a long way to go, but I'm getting there. Selling stuff off is getting me there a lot quicker. So I've been happy about that. It does take a lot of time, though. These wardrobes I got, I probably had, oh my gosh, let me think here. Possibly close to 20 years now. Possibly. Because I think I got them right after we moved into our other house. And we moved in there in 2000. So yeah, I probably had them 20 years. And I got them at Home Depot, and they were $100 a piece. And they come with shelves, and they also come with a rod, so like you could actually use it for a closet, you know. Well, I never put the rods in. But that's where all my sewing stuff is. They're 4x8. They're each 4x8, 4 feet wide, and no, is that right? Yeah, 4 feet wide and 8 feet tall. And we just took the backs off and put pegboard on the backs, and it worked out really great. So that was a very good purchase. And when we moved, they're real heavy. When we moved, my husband swore he wasn't going to move them. So I said, okay, fine, you know, that's whatever. Of course, I wasn't happy about it, but I could see why, because they were heavy. So he ended up moving them. I didn't say anything else about it. And the good guy that he is, he ended up moving them. He took them all apart and brought them over here and put them back together. But it gives me another whole wall. I mean, it's almost as long as the regular wall. It was just like maybe 4 foot short of the regular wall. So it worked out really well. He's such a good guy. I'm glad he's not going to put that flooring down now in the bathroom, because I knew it was going to be. Flooring itself, putting it down wouldn't have been hard, but if he has to float out the floor and stuff, you know, to make it more even, that just would have been way too much work to do for basement bathroom. I know, not having stuff on the floor, I really, really want that. I really do. Because right now I can look and I see another box with stuff that's going to the other side. I'm always moving stuff from one side to the other. My purse is there because when the girls were here cleaning, they brought my purse down so I could write them a check. I didn't have to go up the steps. I got another box over there full of papers. The dog's pillow that she won't lay on is laying in the floor. And I look behind me and there's piles of stuff that are going one place or the other. It's just ridiculous. I want it to look nice. I don't care if everything's painted the same color, or I'm not an IKEA person necessarily. I like old furniture and stuff like that, but I like things to be functional. If it's not functional, it has no business being in here. And I want to be able to walk around without falling over things, because I stumble around so much now that I'm always bumping into stuff and stubbing my toe, and I don't need to fall, that's for sure. So yeah, that's my big goals for down here. Okay, now what am I putting in here? I'm going to put this. I'm going to put one of these. That should be enough. Yeah, Malia, on FreeCycle, some lady got one of the cabinets just like the one I have, and a big long counter. Oh my goodness, it was very nice. It looked like new. Counter with, or I mean what do you want to call it? Cabinets, I guess you'd call it. And she got everything for $25. And I told her, I said, hey, you got a deal. Because I know these wardrobe things are probably more now than they were when I bought them. And she got that and other cabinets for $25. soon as he gets done working on the we have left to do on the bathroom, he's got to put the fixtures in. I'm going to go in and wax the floor so it looks nice because it's stained concrete. Once it's waxed, it looks really pretty. That's why another reason why we're not putting the flooring down. But anyway, once he's done in there, then the middle part of the basement is not finished. But there's a couch and a TV for the kids to, when they come by, when the granddaughter comes over, or whoever's here, where they can play games on the TV that's sitting there. It's not hooked up to anything else, just the game thing. But there's a couch and chairs and things like that that need kind of rearranged, you know. So once he's done, then I'm going to go over there and do all that. And at the end of the bathroom area, he left a little room to be a closet or a storage space. So I still have a lot of books. I mean, not books. Oh, I said books. I still have a lot of stuff in boxes that need to be gone through again. This will be the second time I've sorted the boxes. Let's see what else can be gotten rid of. And my goal back there is to have it so that maybe there'll be some built-in shelves. And I want anything that's going to be stored, I want them to be in plastic boxes on the shelves. So it looks really neat. And that's totally doable. So there's lots to do. The next thing he'll be doing is building a wall between the main part of the basement and his workshop, because his workshop is down here too. And it gets pretty dusty. So that'll be the next big thing to do. I don't like that there. How about this little turtle? Little turtle. Maybe a piece of lace of some kind. I'm just going to use this one. The rest of the house doesn't really need much, you know. It was pretty nice when we moved in 3 years ago. I would like to see some of the baseboards get painted because they're getting kind of banged up. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. He just built me some shelves to go across above the windows in the kitchen and dining area and above the door that goes out to the patio. And to put some of my, I have a collection of stoneware creamers and little pitchers, and a little bit of redware dishes too. I don't have many of those. But anyway, I need, you know, I thought, well, you know, I love those. I love to see them out, but they're kind of in the way. So I thought, well, I'll just put them up there. And the shelves turned out so cute. He does such a great job on things like that. But I love them. So they haven't been loaded up yet. So I've got that to do. And I can't do it myself because I can't get up on the ladder. So I think what I'm going to do is just take my dishes that I want to put up there and line them all out on the table the way I want them to be on the shelves. And then he could just pop them up there. And, you know, won't take very long. Won't take much of this time. Yeah. Yeah. Home. We had way down in the back of the property. There was a metal building, and it was probably the size of maybe a 3-car garage is the size it was. And he had all his woodworking stuff and all that kind of stuff, the mowers and everything down there, because he's real particular about the garage, and he doesn't like the garage to be all cluttered with a bunch of junk. So he had the barn down there to put his stuff in, and that's where his workshop was. But, you know, I don't mind being by myself, but it was, you know, some days I wish, you know, I'd go down there and fiddle around, but there wasn't really much for me to do down there. And he's not the kind of person who likes to chat while he's doing stuff. He's pretty one track, you know, you just do that and that's it. Don't talk to me. So learned that early on in the marriage. So, you know, he'd do his thing down there and I did my thing up in the basement, and there you go. But I like it this way. When we moved in, since we moved, we got a little barn for out in the yard for the mowers and all that kind of stuff. And we put our Christmas storage out there and different things, you know, how you do. And I think our first thought was that he was going to set, you know, once we didn't have it when we moved in. So the first thought was once we got it, then he would set up out there and have his woodworking shop out there. But because we didn't have the barn yet, he set it up in the basement because we needed some things that he had to do when we first moved in. And I guess he likes it too. I mean, obviously it's warmer, it's cooler. In the summer it's cooler, and in the winter it's warmer. You don't have to deal with the wood stove and all that. So it's worked well. So I'm glad. But it does need a divide. It does need a wall there, because as careful as he is, it still gets dust. Sometimes he wants me there with him, helping him when he's working on something. He needs me for whatever reason, but he doesn't need me constantly. So what I've learned to do is, because I appreciate that he can do the stuff, you know, I learned to just sit there and wait. I don't talk to him. I don't ask any questions. You know, you just sit there and wait. Then when he needs you, he'll let you know. Between the two of us, we've always been able to do almost everything, you know, we need to do. I mean, you know, he can fix the washing machine or do all that kind of stuff, plus electrical and plumbing. He knows how to do all that stuff. And I can't imagine him not being able to do it. And he's always been the one who is healthier, you know, than me, physically healthier. So it's been kind of hard on him recently to find out that, yeah, things really do hurt. You know, you really do get pains, and your knees won't work and all that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of took him by surprise. But yeah, he's still very active. He can do just about anything. We probably wouldn't like try to put in a new furnace or a new air conditioner or something like that, but most everything else we can do ourselves if we want to. And I've gotten to where I can't do like I used to. I can't climb and get on the ladder and, you know, things like that. Now it's at this age, fortunately, we're to the point where we can afford to hire somebody. So that's sometimes what you just have to do, even if you want to do it yourself, you know. I like to paint. He hates to paint. He doesn't like to do the finishing work, and I do. I like it a lot. So I've always done that. Well, now it's, you know, like I can't climb up on the ladder and I can't get down on the floor. So kind of do what I can do, and he does the rest. Bless his heart. I'll put one more in there. One of these. Let's see. What did I put oh yeah, that's the turtle. So I think I'll put maybe another owl. I don't know. Could do this frog. I'm using somewhere else. So anyway, we get the stuff done one way or the other. He was going to have somebody come in and do the bathroom, do the electrical and the drywall and stuff for this new bathroom. And he just decided to do it himself, which is probably a good thing because he's so particular. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's getting there. I'll be so tickled to see it done. So he's done with it. you know, so he doesn't have to be working on it all the time. And I do have to say, he's not much of a drywall taper. Oh my goodness. I had to fix a couple things before I could paint. He says, that's it, I'm done. I am tired of this drywall. I'm not doing it anymore. And I said, well, do you want me to fix the things that need fixed? He said, sure. Oh. I used to work for a drywall and painting company. And I was the office manager. Of course, I didn't I didn't go out and do the work. You know, I was in the office. But whenever somebody would ask him, where do you work? You know, he would pipe up and say, oh, she hangs drywall and paints. The funny thing was the guys would always, when they'd come into the office, the workers, and I'd be talking with them. They'd say, oh, you don't know what it's like out there hanging this drywall. I say, sorry, I think I do. I've hung drywall before, I've taped drywall before, and I've painted many walls before. So don't think I feel sorry for you. You know, get out there and do your work. They just grin and go on. I was pretty fortunate when I worked there for almost 20 years in one gal office. And I had two bosses. Well, I had three, actually. The first one was the dad. He was the owner first. And he was very hard to work for. Very hard. He fired me about once a week, if not more. And I just kept coming back. I said, well, because that's just the way he was, you know. And he usually was nothing. That was my fault. He just was having a bad day and threw a fit. And I just determined one day, I said, well, you want to keep firing me? Go ahead. I'm just going to hang around till you chase me off. And his son, when it got to the point where I thought I couldn't take it there anymore, his son and one of the other guys that worked there, they were going to buy the company from the dad. And he just kept dragging it out, you know, before he determined he was ready to sell. I mean, they knew all along that's what was going to happen, but he was just being ornery, I think. So I guess they realized how frustrated I was finally getting, and that I was about to the point where that was it. And they both came to me and they begged me to stay. Please stay. Just stay long enough for us to take over the company and things will be fine. Please stay. So I did. I just kept coming back. And then I worked for them for a long time. Probably worked for them for about 15 years, I guess, and him for the first 5 or whatever it was. But they were great bosses. Hi, Kitchy. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. It is a happy Friday. I'm getting to piddle around. Janice, don't work too hard. I'm working too hard. I was lucky because I was in a one-person office and there wasn't that much to do. You know, I needed to be there, but there wasn't all that much to do. So they didn't care what I did as long as, you know, I did what needed to be done. So I'd take in my crocheting or play games on the computer, whatever. It was fairly easy. Well, he looks pretty blah. But I don't know what to do for him. Let's see. What can I do for you, buddy? What can I do for you, little buddy? I think he needs something. Not that. Maybe some lace. Yeah, that might do it. Got a frog in my throat. Oops. Well, Janice, I've been, what have I been crocheting? Let me see where I put those things. I'll show you. Where did I put them? I just had them. Huh. Well, where did they go? Oh my goodness. I got a whole stack of things I just crocheted. Oh, I know. Yeah. I'll show you. I've been doing tags. Tabs. Tags. Tags, tabs. No, I've been doing tags. Let's see. Just simple little tags. These will be going to the marketplace. And these are all pretty much alike. Oh, that's the back. And here's some big ones. This is marbled paper that I did in the 90s. I'll lay them down here because you can see them here. And I did each one in a different color. These are just those big manila tags is what they are. I'm trying to see, is that Emma or Emma? Man, I can't see. Erna. I gotta look at the phone to see that because I can't see on the screen. These glasses are so terrible. Let's see. Emma. Oh, Erna. 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 Is that how you say it? Erna or Erna? Erna. Yep, they are vintage, but aren't they pretty? I still got a drawer full of, look at that. We had all those colors in there. That was so fun. I had about, it was in the early 90s, and I think I had about 10 ladies that came to my house one day on a Saturday. And they brought all kinds of paper with them. So they brought like envelopes and folders and all that kind of stuff. And they paid me, I don't remember what it was, like $10 or something like that a piece. And I set everything up. I bought all the marbling supplies and had the paint and everything. And had each person had their own area to work in. So they had their pan that they were marbling in and all that. Excuse me. And in that house, we had a big patio just out the basement door. We had paper spread everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And we all took home so much paper. I still have paper that I marbled back then. Now I probably used the nicer, the ones that I like the best. I've used, but I still have a lot that I really like. And I think I might put some of it for sale on the market. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. In some little packets with some other stuff or something, or either that or I'm going to cut them up and make tags. I don't know, whatever I'm going to do, but I'm ready to clear that drawer out. I think 20 years is long enough, or however long it's been. Yeah, 20 years at least. It's the front. Okay. This is a cute little trim, little flowers. So anyway, that's what I've been crocheting. Plus, I've been making a lot of needle books, you know, to put your needles in. And I've crocheted around pretty much all of them, I think. And those will be in the March market. Okay, I think he looks good enough. That's good enough for him. Let's put these lids back on. Oh, Janice, you work at a newspaper? Janet, I think I'm more vintage than you are, babe. Thanks, Erna. I like making tags. Pretty much always find me making tags at some point. Make sure that's dry. Okay, so there's that part done. Oh, where's my stamper thing? These are my labels. This is a box that colored pencils come in. I love these metal boxes. Here's another one that colored pencils came in. I always use them for other things. I love boxes, all kinds of boxes. I've always got boxes someplace available. But I took these out a while back and decided to use them. I want to put something else on here. Huh. Small hometown newspaper. You know, before we moved 3 years ago, we lived in a little town that I guess they probably have like 10,000 people. But it seems like a small community. And they had a newspaper there that we always liked. And they don't have one. They don't have one where we are now. Kind of missed that. Okay, so he's done. That out of the way. Where's this go? Where's the... Okay, I'm starting to spread out now. Things are getting hard to find. All right, there's that lid. There's that. And I'll put this back on. I'm always afraid this one's going to pop open, so I always put this headband around it. Okay, so that's finished. Put it over here. Square stackable tins. Yeah. Oh, I just got these today at Hobby Lobby. I got so tired of these little doodlies falling around, lids falling off of them. So I bought 2 tins and 1 new set of stamps. So I have 2. And then today, when I opened my package from Melody, I had another whole set of 4 of these. So now I don't have anywhere for those to go. I'm going to have to buy another box, I guess. But that's pretty nice. I like that. Oops. But yeah, I like tins too. On top of my wardrobes that I was talking about a while ago that divides my room, there's probably, oh my gosh, easily 20 tin containers, you know, like that cookies come in and stuff like that. And I've been trying for a long time to decide what I want to do with them. First, I thought I was going to paint them all alike, so they looked really nice, you know. But I don't know. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with them. Some of them have stuff in them. Some of them don't. Okay, now let's see what we're going to start on this side. See what this one needs. Okay, that needs a tag. This is some of Melody's paper. It's so pretty. And I tore the edge and inked it, and it just looks so nice. I love it. I love it. Okay, here's the first one. So I'm just going to be making tags to go in this book so I can get it finished. And yes, some of these tags are, I guess similar is a good way to say it. But usually when I do a journal and the tags that I'm using, they'll have a similar look to them because I like for them to sort of coordinate throughout the book. But then there's some they don't. But, you know, I'll use some, like I might use this in a couple places, a couple different places. So as you look through the journal, it feels very cohesive. That's how I like my journals to look. Every once in a while, I'll do one that's less, I don't want to say matchy because it really isn't, but you know what I mean. It's less cohesive, I guess. A little bit more random. Fruitcake. Oh, yeah. I don't think I have any that big, but I do have a couple of nice size ones, like a plate size, you know, size of a plate. I don't know if that's what you're calling. And they're like, and I got a couple of those tall Danish cookie ones. They work really nice. Let's see. But I like tins. Then I had the idea that I was going to use some of them to make jewelry with, and I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I ever will. Because I don't really have any real pretty ones to do that with. I love those Danish cookies. I like shortbread cookies really, really well. I'm going to have to take a day and make some more tabs. That's crooked as a dog's hind leg. because I'm running out. I like making these. Oh, Malia, they have that here too. All these little towns. There's even one for the little, oh, I guess you could call it a subdivision, but it's really not. A little town where my husband and I both, where we met and lived and went to church and all that. And my husband, he lived there from the time he was like 4 years old or something. So he knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of people where we are now too, which is 40 miles away. But I did not grow up in the area at all until I was in high school. I was in this area then. So he always knows people. We'll be in Walmart. Hey, there's so-and-so. And I'm like, okay, who's that? You know? But it's kind of nice to keep in touch with people from high school. And I mean, even if you don't want to be around them all the time, it's nice to keep in touch and know how they're doing. Oh, Janet, you're always making such good stuff that looks so good and yummy. I like to bake a little bit, but I'm not a good cook at all. I have a few things that I do pretty well, but you know, I'm not a cook. I don't really enjoy it. Took me a long time to figure that out. Why could I never make anything that was halfway decent, you know? And I finally figured out because you don't want to be doing it. You don't like it. It looks pretty. Okay, mister, who's going on here? Him, I guess, is what I had. He looks like he's standing in the air. Oh, where's that? This. Hmm. Well, everything's falling. Nope, 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 nope. I'm gonna put there. Oh. Aunt back. What's that? Where's my... Whoops. Wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, there. My house was avalanched on. I didn't know what it was doing. Yeah, Beck, I'm just kind of trying to finish these journals and get them out of the way. Been hanging around too long. Not very creative today for some reason. Decisions are hard today. I don't know why. I'm out of practice. That's all I can think of. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Talking about food, I'm kind of getting hungry. What time is it? 12. Okay, mister, you're going on here, and you're getting a button, a button, a button. What is that? I am just chilling. Yes, I do need a drink of water. I'll get one just a second. Get him glued down. Wait, where is my water? Pretty soon I'll be able to go over to the sink and get some water. That'll be exciting. Just to be able to go walk over a little bit and get some water out of the sink and go potty. And wow, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Oh, trying to run away. Oh, no. I was going to have him standing on his tail. Oh, little guy, come on, get with the program. Ooh, I almost forgot this was a new bottle of Fabri-Tac. I just about had a gusher. Yeah, I could use one of these tins to hide my Debbie cakes in. You might not know what Debbie cakes are, Janet. Well, I thought about having a little fridge, but I don't think he'll go for that. Of course, I could do it. I don't have to get his permission, but you know. Okay, where's that? Oh, I should have used that. I did such a good job cleaning up. I don't even have any trash. Here we go. Whoa. Okay. This just needs some more. Glue. There. Okay, he's done. Make a place. That took a long time. I'm just taking my time today, I guess. Seems to be anyway. Yeah. Okay, this one won't take very long. Where am I? I use these for tabs a lot. They're just little round circles, that little 1-inch circles that I punch. They're good for smaller size tags. I don't know why lately I seem to want to round off all of my tags, especially the bigger ones, taller ones. This one's not that big, but small medical fridge. Little Debbie cakes. Oh, yeah. I haven't had any in so long. I try not to keep sweets in the house because I will absolutely eat every one. Pretty much the sweetest thing we have in the house is hot chocolate and peanut butter. Those are, we usually have those, but anything else I just don't buy because I know what'll happen. My husband doesn't eat sweets that much, but I have a real sweet tooth, and I certainly don't need it. So just don't buy it too much. We go out to eat, we don't get dessert unless we go to Culver's and then we get ice cream, little 1-scoop ice cream thing. But yeah, the holidays I usually fix something like pumpkin pie or pumpkin bread or cranberry orange bread or something like that. But yeah, try not to get the sweets. But I do love Debbie cakes, especially the little chocolate ones, little chocolate rolls. Yeah, these owls are fun to work with. Oops. I'm ready to do some roses and some birds and butterflies. And I feel a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, Janet, I really don't. They have a lot of they have a lot of different ones. They're called Debbie cakes because the company logo is a little girl named Debbie, and she's got on a little sunbonnet, or not a sunbonnet, a straw hat, and all this. I guess they're all called. Are they all called Debbie cakes? I can't even remember. Oh, excuse me. But the ones I like the best, they're like little chocolate Swiss rolls. They're about that big around. And they have white cream in the middle and cake and chocolate cake, and then the outside is covered with chocolate. Oh my gosh. I can scarf those things down with a glass of milk like nobody's business. I really don't like that on there. Let's see what else I got. Excuse me. Oh, here's a. I was going to use. Let me see what else I got over here. Oops. Now I'm going to be sniffing from that sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I like bread too. Yeah, I guess they all are all little Debbies. Wasn't that the owner's daughter or something like that? I don't know. I guess you could make them, Janet, but it would just be like making a little Swiss roll, you know. I've made big ones. They're sort of like, have you ever had a pumpkin roll? It's like pumpkin and it has a cheap, make a thin pumpkin, cake. And then there's a cream cheese sort of filling, and you roll it up like a jelly roll. And it has powdered sugar on the outside of it. My husband and my son-in-law absolutely love those things. And I like them too, but not like they do. So I make those about once a year because they're such a pain. They're so messy to make because you've got powdered sugar all over the place and you have to roll them up. And I have kind of streamlined the way I do it a little bit, but it's still, they take a lot of time. I ain't got time for all that. I got tags to make. But I make those for them about once or twice a year, usually about once a year. And then they are both like, oh, what are those things called? We call them armadillo eggs. And basically what it is hot peppers, green jalapenos or the bigger ones, and you scoop out, you slice them in half, you scoop out the seeds, you put some kind of cheese inside, and then you put them back together, and you coat them with ground beef mixed in with biscuit mix and cheese, shredded cheese. You mix that all together, and then you make a thin layer, and you wrap that around the pepper. So they end up being pretty big. So I make those for them. I don't like anything that has hot spice, hot stuff in it. I can't handle it. So that's definitely just for them, and they just love it. I don't make those very often. I haven't made them in a while because they take a lot of time. One year I did make 12 pumpkin rolls. Because if you're going to make one, you might as well make 100 because they're just so messy. You just clean all that mess up one time instead of, well, I don't like that small one on there. And this one's, how big is my, oh, that could go on there, I guess, and hang off. Maybe one of these tall guys. Yeah. So yeah, I do cook a little bit, but yeah, I'd usually rather be doing something else. I like eating. Don't get me wrong, I like the eating part. Don't pass that up. Just kind of coloring the edges of this to get rid of that white, because I don't want to go in and cut anymore at this point. Where's my other stuff? Oh, this might be cute. Yeah, I wonder what I did with my gauze. Oh, I know where it is. Over in a drawer somewhere. Use one of these bugs. Now let's see. I think I'll do it like that. Thanks for coming by, Janet. I appreciate it. For just coming by and hanging out and putting in your 2 cents worth. It's always good to hear what you have to say. Thought I had. That wasn't too good. There. Ta-da! Excuse me. Okay. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so I'm surprised that the dog hasn't been over here. I got a sofa down here, and she is curled up in a ball. She looks all cozy and warm. My feet are freezing. I've been thinking about getting me one of those foot warmer things where you just, it's like a little box and you stick your feet in there to get your feet warm. Because this floor does get cold. I had a pillow over here under the table to rest my feet on, but it gets in the way, so I kicked it out of the way. Okay, I'm getting kind of tired of owls, to tell you the truth. I've done so many owls. Maybe I'll do a bird. A bird. It's kind of chilly down here today. Overall, my arms and heads are cold too. Excuse me. See what I can find over here that looks interesting. Pretty much nothing. Oh. Yeah, I've got an oil heater here right behind me, but it doesn't sort of blow anything out. It just, it's good for having down here around all this paper. My other space heater over by the sewing area, it's the other kind, little space heater where you can fill it a little bit, but even that, it still doesn't knock it off unless it's right there by you. And there are heat vents down here. That one's shut. Trying to conserve energy a little bit. That's really a pretty little piece of paper. Won't focus because of the gold. I need to have a big tag making session because I have a lot of stuff piled up I need to get rid of. And that's what I do when I get a whole lot of excess pieces, then I have a tag session, or I'll make like a lot of what I call edgies to go on the edge of your page. I like making those. And it uses up a lot, and you can do them pretty fast because I do it like, you know, do a whole bunch of them laid out together all at once. So it goes pretty fast, and then I have a lot of stuff that I can use later or sell or whatever. Whatever. I might go upstairs after a while and watch a movie or something. Put my feet up and watch a movie. I better do this. There, I like that. Ta-da! Need something else in there with him. He looks kind of lonesome. There's that tree. And just make a little tag out of that. That's nice. I love having these tabs all made up and ready to use. You can just grab one and go. I don't like having to stop and make tabs. I guess if I had a punch for them, it would be different, but I like doing it this way so that they're all ready. Should have measured first. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, now he needs something. You spend half of your time putting the lids on the glue. I've decided. Half the time is spent putting lids on the glue. Excuse me. You making any progress, Mina? Are you still here? Making any progress on your sorting? Mina. I don't know why I said Mina. Malia, sorry about that. Huh. I was just thinking about Mina a while ago. Okay, I guess that's good for now. Someone gave me a thumbs down. How funny is that? There we go. Okay, now it can go in there. Let's see, what else am I gonna do? Need to do some work on my Christmas ornaments, but I don't think I'll get to that today. There's more in here than I expected to have to do, I mean. So I'm going to get it done first. Better take something out to thaw for supper, I guess. He didn't feel great when he left this morning. I think he had a headache. He gets headaches. I actually saw him taking some pain pill. Well, he must have been feeling pretty bad because he doesn't like to take medicine. Okay, I'm gonna call that done. Okay, where's that little frog? There it is. Oh, thanks, Janice. I just do what I like. Yeah, I love making tags. I don't know, I could just sit and make tags all day, really. But yeah, both of these journals, it's basically just pockets and tags. I didn't, a couple envelopes. I didn't do, you know, anything too extensive. But, I like to make them look nice. Man, I'm getting hungry. I'm going to have to get something to eat. Okay, I definitely know I want that. Not sure about this. I want the little frog, I think. But I have, where did that go? I have a little frog on a stamp. I think I'll use him instead. Colors are good. So I need something else. This. Yes, I know it. It's horrible, isn't it? And I keep saying I'm going to fix it, and I know I can fix it. And then out of sight is out of mind with me. I forget about it. Until I come down here again and start to stream, and then I'm thinking, oh no, I forgot to do this silly chair. It's pretty awful. So I'm going to have to make myself do it. Even if I have to just stop and do it, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some WD-40 here, but he might have it out in the barn. I have to ask him where it's at. Or something, that would work. Something. It's horrible. Does it sound as bad to you as it does to me? Oh my goodness, it just goes through my nerves. Which is so goofy because, you just need to fix it. I don't know. Okay, I think this would be. No, that still looks like it needs something. I know what. Where's that? Oh my gosh. I guess if you had somebody like me sitting on you, you'd be wailing too. I don't know. Uh-oh. Dog just woke up. Getting serious now. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. I did that one. That turned out real pretty. I like it. Hi, Bella. What's up? Hmm? You have a nice nap? We recently got one of those floor robot vacuum things. And Bella does not like noises, certain noises. Some don't seem to bother her at all. And others, she just absolutely freaks out. When the fire alarm goes off, the smoke alarm goes off, she, oh my gosh, it's like she's incapacitated. Fireworks don't seem to bother her too much, but if he's using a nail gun, that freaks her out really bad. Just every time it shoots, and it just goes pew, pew, like that, but it freaks her out. She doesn't like Donald Duck voice. She doesn't like that kind of sound. And this morning, when the girls were here cleaning, they moved the floor robot, and so it started talking, because it talks and tells you it's ready to clean or gonna charge or whatever. Oh my gosh, she freaked out about that. She came down here and was climbing up on me, climbing up on my head, trying to get away from the robot. I named it Rosie. Rosie the robot. So now she's awake, and there's a mailing tube that I've had for the longest time, and it has a couple of binder clips inside it. And that's her toy. And she's over there fussing at it now. Probably because it's rolled under the chair edge or something. She's such a funny little dog. And yes, they are so different. I think she's a smart little dog, but sometimes she acts so dumb. She's over there fussing at it now. It's just big enough to where she can't get her mouth around it. So she hasn't chewed it up at all. And she'll try to, if it gets stuck somewhere, she'll try to get it out with her paw, but she doesn't try very hard. She'll just start barking at it. Okay, little frog, I don't know what's going to happen to you. I guess I'll put you. Don't like that. That's it. Going right there. Whether you like it or not, there you are. Oh, I forgot to cut my corners. And my daughter, my granddaughter, she has 2 cats, and they're brother and sister. Beautiful, beautiful cats. And she wants so much for them to get along with the dog. And so far, they've gotten along pretty well whenever we take Bella over to their house. She wants to play, and they'll play a little bit. and then they just, you know, walk away. But she seems to like them. I really think if I can get a puppy that's smaller than her to start with, that she'll do fine. But she's been to the kennel once, and they said that she played with the other animals really well. And we have these two dogs that roam around our neighborhood all the time, which totally ticks me off. But she always wants to play with them. She would love to be able to get out and play with them. So I think she would do okay with another puppy. I just can't find one. I don't mind taking a shelter dog or whatever, you know. I'm not particular about the breed, except for the fact that I have certain requirements that have to be met, and it's too hard. I mean, if I want to spend a couple $1,000s, I can find one, but they have to be smaller. They have to be like a schnauzer as far as allergies and stuff go. You know, can't be a lot of hair. I have to be able to pick them up. So prices have gone up so much. It's ridiculous. Really, really is ridiculous. Yeah, Bella's about 16 pounds, and I can pick her up and carry her from the living room to the bedroom, and that's about it. If I have to carry her any farther, I can't do it. I'm not really supposed to be even picking up that much. Well, you know, or try not to strain over it because of my back. But yeah. I really don't want one bigger than that. I just want to find another baby to love and share. It'll work. I mean, I'm not going to get something I can't take care of, because I don't like that. Okay, so this one can get a big, use one of these big ones on it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh. I think I have some leftover sloppy joes upstairs. I guess that's what I'll have for lunch. I try to eat the leftovers since I'm home every day. I like that, just like it is. It won't fit in that pocket. Come on, you gotta go in there. You gotta go in there. Oh, give me a break. Come on. Come on. Perfect. Okay, here you go. Get in there. And you're home. Yay. Okay, what's left? I'm not putting anything in there. Oh, yeah, here's another one of these. So, Janice, what do you do? What do you do at your job? What are you, a secretary, or you take calls, or what do you do? You know, I thought about a corgi, but I think they're too. I don't think I can pick it up very easily. Yeah, we're both. How old are we? What year is this? 51. We're both 60. Huh. How old am I? I can't even figure it out. Let's see. Where's my calculator? That's terrible. Yeah, 68. It'll be 68 this year. Is that even right? This doesn't sound right. Yeah, that's right. We'll be 68 this year. And we'll be married 49 years. I think 49 years this year, excuse me, 49 years this April. Getting close to the big 50. Okay, I've lost my. Oh, here it is. 49 years. I'm going to put a big mushroom on this one. Since I put a put an L on the other one I did like this. Uh-oh. Got mushrooms flying everywhere. Getting closer, getting closer. What are you doing? What? Well, what's going on? Did you get a nice nap? Hmm? Did you get a nice nap? We're going to go upstairs in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because we're almost done with this. Let's see. Let's make sure. Let's make sure. And, okay, it's on already. Move all this out of the way. Bring this back. Oh, I know one thing. I got to get rid of that. Let's see now. What was I going to put on there? Oh, yeah, that kind of sounds like the same situation I had where I worked. I mean, I did everything. I did the accounting, I did the phones, I did the scheduling, did the payroll. I did everything except the corporate taxes. And I had control of all the checking accounts and everything, but I told them I wouldn't sign checks. I could have robbed them blind 100 times, but they had a lot of trust in me, and you know, it was hard for them to get somebody new. And the first gal they got didn't work out so well. She was young and didn't have a clue what she was doing. I told them not to hire her, but they did. She finally left, and they got another gal who's really good. She does a great job for them. Sometimes it's scary when people put that much trust in you. You really have to be careful. You know, you don't want to mess things up. But I enjoyed working there. And you know, even I was the only woman there, and even with all the men coming through that office, I never had one bit of trouble with any of them. I mean, I'm not a young, good-looking chick or anything, but still, They were always respectful, and not a problem. And my bosses were very respectful of me also. One was young enough to be my son, and the other one was about 10 years older than me, 8 years older than me. He just passed away this week, actually. But they wouldn't put up with anybody treating me bad. Sometimes those contractors, they get all excited about when you're going to get there and do their stuff. And usually it's their fault that you haven't been able to do it already. But then once they get their end figured out, then they're all in such a big huff to get it done that, they get a little upset. And they would never put up with anyone mistreating me on the phone or anything like that. And I wouldn't put up with it either. I mean, I just wouldn't do it. I'd worked in customer service enough and as an executive secretary and other things to where I learned a long time ago, you don't have to put up with that from anybody. And I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'd give them a warning. I'd say, okay, now this has gotten far enough. You need to calm down or I won't continue to speak with you. And if they kept swearing at me or whatever it is they were doing, I'd just hang up. And then I'd let my boss know what happened. And before you know it, they were on the phone or at their door talking to them about it. You don't talk to our employees that way, especially not her, So they always took good care of me. I could take care of myself, but it was nice to know they were there also. I missed that one. And we're just going to put one little something in there, but I don't know what. There's something. Oh. Oh, I wonder if there's anything in here. I don't think there's anything appropriate. Nope. Oh, I can. Well, I had to hang up a few times because some of those contractors, they just are ridiculous. But for where I worked before that, I guess I was there, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, maybe. No, not that long, maybe 5 years, over 5 years. And I was the executive secretary to the director of human resources. And there were about 5,000 employees all over the country. But in our central office, there was like 500. And what they did was they staffed medical units in correctional facilities. So, they would have the nurses and the doctors and all that. They would find them and staff the medical units. So and being in human resources, that's where you deal with everything that's not too fun to deal with sometimes. So there was always something real weird going that we had to deal with out in the field. So I was on the phone a lot. I probably got like 100 phone calls a day from different facilities, where something had to be taken care of. And most of them I had to take care of myself. It wasn't stuff I'd turn over to my boss. But there was a couple of times when I hung up on a vice president one time. Well, first his regional manager called, and he was getting pretty bad, pretty bad up in my face, and my boss didn't have. If my boss had been there, I would have just put him into him, but he wasn't there, and so the guy was getting pretty bad with his language, and you will do this and you will do that and blah 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 blah. He said, or I'll talk to the vice president. Well, I'm right there in the office with the vice president and the president, who really seemed to like me for some reason, and so we were on real good terms, So but it didn't threaten me. I didn't feel threatened by it at all. What's the worst can happen? You lose your job. Okay, fine, that can happen. But I'm not going to put up with that from anybody. Nobody should have to do that. And nobody should be that rude. I don't care if they're the president of the United States. They don't need to be like that. So I told him, I said, well, I'm glad to talk to you, and I'm glad to help you as much as I can. My boss isn't here right now, so you either have to deal with me or you have to wait. I'm not going to wait, blah, blah, blah. And he just kept cussing and cussing. I said, I'm giving you a warning. I'm getting ready to hang up on you unless you change the way you're talking to me. He just kept on. So I hung up. About 2 minutes later, I got a call from the vice president, and he started ranting and raving. I said, don't you think you need to talk to my boss, about this instead of ranting and raving at me? Because by then I was pretty ticked myself. And he just kept going on, and I said, sir, if you don't stop talking to me like this, I'm just going to hang up, and you can deal with it later with my boss. He just kept on going. So finally I said, I'm sorry, I'm hanging up. And I hung up. Next thing you know, he's walking down the hall to where my desk was, sitting right out in front of my boss's office. And he just happened to walk in about the same time the vice president got there. And he was sort of bombarded, about what was going on. He said, okay, let's talk about what's happening here. And so I told him, what happened. I told him what the guy said to me and what his demands were. And you could tell the whole time I was talking that the vice president was starting to kind of duck his head, realizing how stupid it was. And I said, I told him that I did not have to listen to that on this one. And I wasn't going to. And he just persisted. So I hung up. So the vice president apologized. The regional manager called and apologized. And I just kind of graciously accepted. I still got things in here that aren't done. Hooey dooey. Look at that, a whole bunch of them. Now, how did I do that? Oh, you know what? Because I just was working in this one. I didn't look through this one. All right. Phooey. I thought I was almost done. Okay. So anyway, that's the story of that. That was a long story, wasn't it? Well, I knew what my boss would say. He was going to be on my side no matter what. He was I've been real fortunate. I've mostly had really good bosses. And, but he was a good boss. He told me what he needed me to do, and he let me accomplish it however I needed to do it, instead of standing over my shoulder the whole time. I like that because, you seem to get more done that way for some reason. But yeah, I liked him a lot. He was a good guy and hilarious. He was so funny. I'll pick up here a little bit before I start working on this other one. What time is it? 1:30. I think I'm gonna get off of here, go have some lunch, let the dog out and what have you. And then I'm gonna finish working on this today, but probably not streaming. So I'm glad you were here, Janice. You kept me company. I'm freezing. I have to go upstairs and get warm too. Maybe put my jacket on or put my sweatshirt on. Well, I think that's what I'll do. And I can come down and finish up, and I'll be done, because probably take me another hour to finish, because there's several things in there that still need to be done in the first part. Well, have a good rest of the day, and don't work too hard. At least look like you're working hard, you know. And I'm going to sign off and say goodbye. And thank you so much for coming by. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.